Well, it's that time to check in with the president, Dancing David Chartrand. He's joining us on the line. Thank you so much for the dance last night. That was awesome. You got some moves, I have to say.
That's the old Manor days. I used to run a bar.
I was all out there dancing, and then all of a sudden I was looking around, and there's like, I don't know how many cameras recording it. I was like, oh no, dance a little better.
Pick up the tempo. Yeah, it was a good time last night.
It was.
Richard was very happy, and the crowd was not overcrowded. It was just right, and everybody had a good time. And I couldn't believe the luck of Anita and Rita, and that they won nearly all the prizes.
I know.
The prizes.
Those two tables.
I wonder how that happens. And with all those tickets, and they still get redrawn. Not the same ticket, but the pile of tickets they buy. Just amazing that all the people that bought tickets, there's only two tables were just raking in all the beautiful prizes there. So, by the way, congratulations to them. So it was a great time, and thank you for the dance also. So, I wasn't going to dance. I was just fooling around with Al there, and then you came on. You came on. I had no choice. I had to dance now. Anyways, I had a lot of fun. My feet is actually killing me today. I still got that plantar fasciitis I suffered in Rome with.
Oh, right.
And now I'm hobbling like crazy all around here. But I on Wednesday, actually, I was on April 30th. I was in Aveline in Selkirk, Manitoba, the ribbon cutting ceremony of our first apartment block. And Greg Ballmer, of course, is the elder doing open prayer. You got Mayor of Selkirk, Métis man himself, Larry Johannesson. And then we had, of course, Bucky, Alfred Anderson was there, and you had Jack Park, Mona Beers. We had Keith from the local, and on and on. And it was packed, and all of the tenants were there. Of course, it's a senior complex, and you could see the smiles in their faces and the glee of pride. They're just so happy, and I went seeing some of the apartments. They are absolutely exquisite.
Nice.
Looking from the balconies, everyone has a balcony.
Yeah.
The ones that face the river, like Mayor Johansson said, it's $1 million view. Facing the Red River and in front of you, and it's just so beautiful. I can't say enough. Actually, there was 9 apartments, and I know there's a waiting list, but there was 9 apartments that were. The rest of them were all based on affordable, not market rent. Just so we keep our rent to a balanced approach to make sure that our senior citizens have extra money in their pension. I think it's about $900 or close to $900, but it includes everything. And so the elders are really pleased about that because it gives them extra money. You don't have to worry about hydro or anything. And so, but there was 9 that was going to market rent, which is a higher costed rent.
Yeah.
And we were fortunate enough to have a relationship with Canada, and the additional funding was given to us. So we're taking additional funding and subsidizing those 9 into affordable rent, so which will bring it down to the 900 range.
Oh, that's awesome.
So I know it's very good, and they'll fill up right away because there's a waiting list for that.
Yeah.
But again, as I say, the pride of the people, the seniors, the elders that were there, it was just it was a great feeling to have actually as a president. These are dreams and statements I made many moons ago that one day it'll be a day we build our apartments, we build our houses again, and we're actually doing that now. So it made me feel good. Of course, Minister Goodon is the minister leading that file, and he was, of course, proud as a peacock himself and as a minister. But we're not only doing that. Of course, we're still developing and building in DePaul. St. George's, there's duplexes are set up there. They have garages and everything, each one of them.
Yeah.
Really beautiful, actually, houses. I know there's a waiting list, I think, an application list on the way for that one. So that's in Cap Door subdivision in St. George and on Mayor Way in DePaul. And so, but again, there's houses being built everywhere else in different parts of the province. I know the minister is looking at new locations right now. And our first-time home buyer program is still going strong.
Awesome.
Over 1,200 families now own houses. And I can't say how proud I am. And we've now actually assisted 3,000 families to repair their houses.
Oh, that's awesome.
That is big. That is big. So I know it's puts a lot of pressure on the budgets, but we're watching very closely our numbers, and I know the people are very, very happy. And there's a great demand. There's more people applying than the money we have. So we're pushing Canada, of course, with the election that's just been concluded. Carney has made housing a priority, and Indigenous housing will be part of it. He's announced that already. So now I got to make sure we have a Red River set aside for us, and that we can build more houses, repair more houses, and get families in a stable environment. So clearly, again, those are very important. And I want to commend all of our contractors out there, Métis contractors also.
Mm-hmm.
They're out there doing a lot of these repairs, a lot of these jobs, and they're creating employment for their little companies. And, of course, Selkirk was, N4 was a lead, Marcella, who leads N4. She's a experienced contractor, overseeing contractors,
Mm-hmm.
and she's done a superb job for us. And Jack Park, of course, the minister of N4, is proud of himself, and he was there also at the ribbon-cutting ceremony.
Yeah.
But the construction actually for the apartment, just so people know, it cost $19.3 million. And we're hoping to bring it down to 18. We went a little bit past by $1 million because of, again, making it as spectacular as it is. So
Mm-hmm.
it costs a little bit more money. You want to make it a little bit more. Everybody's got a washer and dryer in their own apartments, et cetera, et cetera. So try to make things as most equitable and comfortable and beautiful as we did. And construction costs went a little higher. The supplies went higher. And so, but again, I'm proud of it. I can't say enough of it. And again, kudos to all those that were involved. M&M was one of the construction companies. M-Built, I think they call themselves. And they were the head of the construction, so they did a superb job. And they hired a lot of Métis at the same time. So, again, I'm very, very, very pleased about that. Now, some of you may have read the Varley case. I talked about it before on the show, and people can say, what's the Varley case? Well, the Varley case is the last name of an individual, a non-status, and there's a Métis claim to it. They took a class action lawsuit, a law firm did, and they named two individuals as the representatives of all the 60 scoop survivors of both non-status and Métis. And so that, of course, to draw our attention quickly, saying, well, how can you just go ahead and represent us without even asking us or even looking at what the argument should be, the evidence we should bring in, how do we prepare a joint strategy, a legal strategy to fight this issue and to fight this case. But that's not how class actions work. Law firms grab them, and if they could take the lead on them, and then what they do is, yes, they can say they don't make no money. They don't until they win.
Right.
And when they do win, they make tens of millions of dollars. So they know the venture that they're going into is a big money opportunity for them. But clearly, at the end of the day, it's something that really upsets us because they don't get our input. So the decision came down from Judge Garman and basically stating that he does recognize the 60 scoop and the federal government should be responsible in Saskatchewan because that's the evidence that the law firm put in place. So, but they're showing that kids were being offered as a price tag. They're showing that kids were being sold, advertising what was happening. So they put that evidence in. See, it's not our case. It's not MMF's case. We took intervener, but we can't put evidence. All we can do is try to protect somehow that, wait a second, this case doesn't really represent us. And we need to make sure the Métis Red River side is heard. So, but we can't put evidence. So it puts us at a very, very strong disadvantage. So the court did rule that Métis in Saskatchewan that were part of the 60 scoop, that Canada should deal with that. But it doesn't mention MMF and Métis of Red River. It doesn't mention Alberta. So because the evidence was not put in place by those lawyers, I'm sure that's the only reason. Because we have evidence of where our kids were being sold for $25, $10 to Americans.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous. So, but again, that's what class actions are so dangerous. I do not support them. I don't like them because it doesn't give our 60 scoop survivors a chance to have a say. They have no say, no input, no proper history, no proper legal arguments that should make sure that they are going to win these cases, not lose them. So there'll probably be an appeal, but we do have a lawsuit of our own. We did file a lawsuit, 60 scoop, but it's more of it's not an individual lawsuit. See, the class actions are based by individuals. So that's another dangerous part because how much people are going to be included in that individual claim. So what we've done, we filed a claim ahead of this decision, which I'm very happy we did. We filed a claim, and it's called a not a class action. It's actually called it's a civil case. We already filed it, but it's based on a collective case. So what we're doing is we're suing the government for the collectivity of all of the 60 scoop survivors of the Red River that got impacted in some form or fashion. So our case hasn't gone to court, but we filed it ahead of time, and so we're ahead of the game to make sure. Because as I said, I do not trust these class actions because not once have they spoken to the Federation, not once have they spoken to me or anybody to ask us, are we okay with the arguments? Are we okay with the strategy? Are we okay with the evidence? Nothing.
Mm-hmm.
So again, those people that hear these class actions, be careful with them. They're run by the lawyers, decided by the lawyers. They decide who gets the money. They decide how much money is given to each one, and they could put their fee inside there, and it could be tremendously high. So again, as I said, we are pushing hard. But the Varley case, you probably read about it. Now we got to wait because we can't appeal. We got to wait for that class action law firm to appeal. Because they're going to appeal this. I'm sure they'll appeal because the settlement I'm sure they're looking for is not going to be big enough to give themselves a real big payday. So they'll probably end up appealing, which in some ways it'll be good. It keeps the argument alive in the eyes of federal government. But my argument also is this: the First Nations, they suffer too. They got taken in a 60s group. They got given away. They got sold like the Métis kids and the Inuit kids. But the part of it, at the end of the day, non-status kids also, I don't know really, BC is probably the non-status, but I don't know where you have non-status in Manitoba. Either you're First Nation or you're Métis. But anyways, the end result for that is that they were being sold for a price. And the First Nations got settled with Canada for, I think, $750 million or something. And each, I think, survivor got about $20,000. So what we're looking at now is that, okay, if you can settle the First Nations, then there is no difference what happens in the Métis or the non-status claim. So how can you settle with them but not settle with us? So that's the argument we'll bring to the new Prime Minister. And I'm reaching out to his office already for a meeting, and this will be on my agenda for sure. But just rest assured, we do have a lawsuit of our own, and we've already filed it in federal court, and we'll be hopefully dragging it through the system to end up giving a better result where our people will get what's owed to them. So again, I'm thankful to my cabinet, thankful to my government that we were able to give the 60 scoop survivors that we have up to $5,000 up front right now as a loan, as a grant. And if we never get a settlement, they don't have to ever pay it back. And if we get a settlement, we'll take that $5,000 off there and give them the remaining amount. So again, but it just shows you that some justice will be there no matter what for our people. And again, I'm very proud of our government, the Métis government. This is ourselves. This is not provincial, not federal.
Yeah.
It's our own money, and that we have, and we're making sure. And there are so many so happy. I'm telling you that right now. So many so happy getting that. It's not even about the money. It's just a recognition. It's just the justice they're receiving. Yeah. And that's something that makes them feel so good. Now, on another note, Prince Charles is coming in to deliver the throne speech. The last time the monarchy came was actually in 1977. His mom came to read the throne speech. Usually it's the Governor General that does.
Yeah.
A very odd time, as you see, 1977 prior was when the Queen herself came in and read the throne speech. But I think what's a powerful message here, I think, is that you have Prince Charles coming in as a king. I think he's sending a message on two fronts. One, we're part of the Commonwealth. We're our own sovereign nation. We're our own country. And we're sending a message to Trump. There's no 51st state here. You're not making us Americans.
Exactly.
You're not turning us into Americans. We're Canadians and proud of it. So I'm sure that's how Carney has figured out in his mind to send a strong message to Trump. Let's bring in the king and make it very clear. So again, that's good to see that the king will be here. I'm not sure if we'll be invited because I'm sure there's going to be a lot of demand to be at the throne speech. And if I get in, I get in. And if not, I've had my 2 cents with the media already on it. But again, at the end of the day, there's not a doubt I will have a meeting with Carney. The question is when, and will I be part of this visit by the king? I just want to say hi to Jeff Sanderson too. I just met him at the Seafood City. He wanted to come in and shake my hand and thank the MMF for standing up for him and fighting for our rights, achieving our rights. Our harvesting rights are important to him, and he's just so proud. He said that the Métis government was there for me and with me, and he just said it makes me so proud to be part of the Métis government. So, and he was very proud to meet me because he looked at me for a long time in the store and he said, you are David Chartrand, right? Yes, I am. So I actually went to Marshall's, and a non-Métis this time approached me there, and she come and shook my hand. She said, "I seen your presentation on CBC National on when you were at the Vatican when you did about a 5-minute interview on national news."
Mm-hmm.
And he said, "You just made me proud the way you presented on behalf of your people in Canada, and at the same time showing your mom in your rosary touched my heart." She said so. So it was nice, I was so proud to actually. People don't realize. People they haven't seen that. It'll be on our website. But I did about I think a 5-minute interview or more with CBC with editor Hitchcock, and I did talk about our visit with the Pope. His visit here, our visit, taking 50 delegates to his Vatican to meet with him, and why I was there, and how important it meant to all of us as Christians, as Catholics, to send a message that you showed us respect, we show you respect in return. Because he's definitely the only Pope to ever apologize for residential school. He's the only one. And it just shows he was a real, a forward mover in the sense of where the Vatican or the Catholic regime should be at. Mm-hmm. And he also included women to be more involved. He also, which is, shunned upon by priests and so forth.
Yeah. And
he also pushed at the LGBT plus community. He said, "Who am I to judge them? You're trying to make me judge them. Who am I to judge them? That's their rights, So it's good to see that the Vatican has come a long way under his leadership, and I will go back eventually again because I was in that church where he's buried now. He wasn't buried at the Vatican like other popes. It was buried at the Saint Maria Maggiore, and that's Virgin Mary's church, and that's where he's buried. We went there last time with our 50 delegates. We had with Archbishop Gagnon, we had prayers there, and so I'm going to go back and visit his grave inside there now, probably in the fall or something of that nature.
Oh yeah,
yeah, I'm going to go back there just to show again. We'll kneel down and do my prayers. On another note, May 5th is a very important time. I believe it's my mom's birthday. But more importantly, it's also 1945, the Canadian soldiers liberated Netherlands. Mm-hmm. And people, have forgotten that horrible, horrible time that what was happening to the Jewish people in that community. And we lost a lot of soldiers. A lot of soldiers died. In fact, our Minister Sean Nolt is in Toronto right now for the commemoration. He's laying a wreath on behalf of our Métis veterans and Métis families, and I thank him for that. But at least 280,000 Dutch civilians died during the Nazi occupation. Think of that, 280,000.
Wow.
70% were Dutch Jews that were murdered, slaughtered in gas chambers and all. So you look at all of this, this was an allied approach of which the 1st Canadian Army played a key role, which is Canada. Canada was very vital in this. However, 7,600 soldiers lost their lives. So it really is remarkable saving so many after such a horrific time frame when over 250,000 people were killed, and then we lost us too, 7,600 soldiers actually paid the price.
Yeah.
So again, but they freed them, and that's something that the Netherlands has great respect and pride. And actually, that's why they. I don't know if you know this, Naomi, but they also send out to Canada. They sent us I'm trying to find it proper, make sure I have the proper name here. They sent us these. They're not. What are they called? They're a flower. I'm going to find it. Give me 1 second here. Mm-hmm. But it's very important. They send it every year, and to honor the Canadians that lost their lives and to honor Canada for, again, the suffering and the pain and the losses we had. And so they do send, I'm trying to find, I saw it here, tulips. That's what I'm looking for, the word tulips. They send thousands of tulips to Canada each year to thank Canada and all the families that paid a price because so many soldiers died. And so Netherlands sends thousands of tulips every year to Canada.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, just to honor and show respect. So, and of course, tulips are so beautiful. I had to find the name because I couldn't pronounce it well with my accent, so my Duck Bay accent. Anyways, again, I wanna go to some closing here. I'm gonna go with some birthdays first.
Okay.
Happy 84th birthday is going to Emile Nolt, Rochelle Nolt from Health and Wellness Department, who's celebrating his birthday on Monday, May 5th. That's her father, Emile. Happy birthday, Emile. Happy birthday is going to Sharon Varga from Louisville College, who's celebrating her birthday May 5th, Monday. Happy 68th birthday is going to Minister Jack Park, Interlake Region, who's celebrating his birthday on Tuesday, May 6th. I don't know. He said he doesn't dye his hair. I don't know about that. You know, I'm going to have to look closer at his hair again. It's nice and black. Somebody keeps on trying to phone me here. I think it's my granddaughter. If you listen to Métis Hour, you'll know I'm on the phone. So obviously they're not listening to Métis Hour.
No.
Anyway, so, but again, Jack is 68 and he's proud of his birthday. Happy 26th birthday is going to Reese Mayer, Minister Julie Mayer's granddaughter, is celebrating her birthday on Friday, May 9th. And congratulations also now going out. Happy 8th wedding anniversary to Linda Vinco and Sarek of Selkirk. And they used to be, of course, Stonewall, but now they live in an apartment in Selkirk. And she took me in a tour to their apartment, and she was so proud. Our elder Linda, I can't say, the glee in her face, the smile in her apartment. She said, I'm putting a picture of you on the wall here, so that's good. Happy 36th wedding anniversary is also going to Debbie and Doug Forgy of St. Eustache, who are celebrating their anniversary on May 6th. So, again, happy anniversary. I had to say something for somebody, and I can't find it. Holy cripe, almighty, I got to phone somebody back right away. Give me a second. Okay, with that being said,
I want to say first, I want to say thank you for the beautiful gift from the Vatican.
No, that comes from Fatima.
Oh, that's from Fatima. Sorry. Yes, from Fatima.
Yeah.
So thank you so much for that. It was beautiful.
Yeah, thank you very much, Dave, for the nice shirt from Portugal. Yeah, I got to show my supervisor this. Yeah, she's Portuguese. Yeah, I do believe. Yeah, I'm an XL. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I bought him a soccer jersey. So
yeah. It's a beautiful jersey. Yeah,
it sure is.
It's gonna look good.
Oh, beautiful. Okay, my dear, I will see you guys. And again, to all our elders, thank you so much for everything you've done for us and all the guidance you give me and the occasional thank yous when I bump into you in the street or shopping centers or stores or wherever. I want to thank you again. And to my sister Rita and Francis, drive home safely. They're of course, Francis is heading out to work.
Yeah.
I'm trying to tell her to slow down a little bit. She's heading out to... she has some gatherings she's going to, and so she wants to make sure. I said, but you've got to be careful because you're pushing yourself too much. So she said, we're going to Beatrice Breland's 85th come and go tea in Dauphin. So 85th.
Happy birthday.
Beatrice, it's a beautiful day here. That's 85 is nice to see. So again, told my sister, take it easy. Anyways, we'll talk to you guys later and take care.
Okay, take care. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Thanks again, Dave.